Hello, Professor Sugamelli. This is Collin Quinn from your Real Estate Investment Analysis course. Purpose of this video is to kind of talk about my biggest takeaways from the Real Estate Investment Analysis interview project that me and Martin VanderHagen undertook in the last couple months. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe out there in these weird times and staying healthy. And without further ado, I'll talk about some of my biggest takeaways from our interviews. So first of all, one of the biggest takeaways that I had from these interviews was kind of learning that every real estate investor is unique. Every real estate investor comes into their investments with different amounts of capital, with different plans, all ending up in making money, of course, but it's different for everyone. For example, our residential owner, he only had one piece of real estate in his portfolio that he rented out, and he rented out a home in St. Clair Shores to a family, and that's all of his entire real estate portfolio. He relied on that essentially as a buffer for his retirement plan, and he continues to rely on that as he nears closer to retirement. And then when he retires, he has the option of continuing to use this property as a rental property or deciding to flip the house and make a lump sum of money in order to help fund whatever he may need during his retirement. When you contrast that to our individual who owned a commercial property, he was also, using the property to make passive money and maybe even buffer his retirement. But he's also very much in the workforce. He currently serves as a partner of a public accounting firm. He has history investing in other commercial properties, other residential properties. And so he's always just used real estate investment as another source of income. If the firm has a bad year and he needs to have a little bit more cash flow, his real estate portfolio is going to cover him. If he needs to sell, he has that option to get an increased amount of money. And he kind of gets more financial flexibility by having a real estate investment portfolio in that way. And then for our third investor that we spoke with, he manages a whole portfolio of both residential and commercial properties. And by having this gigantic amount of portfolio at his disposal, him and his parents can decide, hey, maybe now is a time to sell. We need more money now. Right now we can hold. The market's not looking great for selling, but we can make a lot out of rental. And so altogether, these different investors, although having the same plan of making money, all do it in a different way and all do it for a different purpose. One's looking for retirement, another is looking for extra income, and one of them, it's just how they make all of their money. And so when you're investing in real estate, you have to kind of understand what you're going in for and plan your portfolio and the way that you handle your investments around that. And that would be my biggest takeaway from the project.
Hi, this is Martin VanderHagen. Just wanted to take a second to give my takeaway from this real estate investment project. I think the biggest one is definitely really the broad spectrum that is real estate investing. And we really saw a good deal of that with a residential investor, a commercial investor, and someone who manages a commercial property that is for sale. And it was very interesting to see the different components that go into each of them. For example, with the commercial property, our investor mentioned how important the location is, access to downtown because it's in Ann Arbor, and other things like who the tenant is going to be, securing long-term leases, whereas our residential investor really stressed more of defining what your position is with real estate investing, whether you want to take a cash flow position or an equity position, and the importance of really defining your purpose as either an active investor, passive investor, or somewhere in the middle. And with our project, it was really interesting to see kind of all three of those categories, with our more active investor being the commercial for sale, because they did the property management in-house, so they're really kind of holding the stake of property management, whereas our residential investor was a little bit more passive and used it as a long-term retirement planning kind of tool. So it was definitely interesting to apply some of the class material that we talked about, even if it was kind of chapter 1 material of determining the type of investor, for example. We really were able to apply it to real life scenarios and hear from actual individuals who do this investing. So all in all, this project definitely contributed to my learning, not only in this course, but hopefully looking out into the world of real estate investment has always been something that has really interested me. So for me, this was very much a meaningful project and a meaningful course. Thank you.